Senator Sanders, who has announced his candidacy for president, held a news conference.
He's a self-described democratic socialist from Vermont who got his political start as the mayor of Burlington. A long shot then, a bigger long shot now. He's an unlikely presidential candidate taking on the biggest frontrunner the Democratic Party has ever seen.
One poll shows him down 60 points.
I don't know that Bernie Sanders can beat Hillary Clinton.
You know, you almost have to feel sorry for Bernie.
He may not have any chance.
That's all going to disappear by the time we get to Iowa. This Bernie mania thing could burn out.
She is ahead, George, by a long shot.
They don't see Bernie Sanders as a real threat.
Bernie, stop spitting.
He's not going to be the nominee.
Major structural problems with Bernie Sanders.
Clinton crushes him in national polls by more than 40 points.
Hillary probably will inevitably be the nominee.
Even Democrats admit he may not be their best shot at the White House.
He is not going to be the nominee.
This argument that the government should stay out, that it saps our pioneer stock. I used to hear that argument when we were talking about raising the minimum wage to $1.25. The fact of the matter is, what saps anyone's self-reliance is working 60 hours at straight time, or working at 85 or 95 or $1 an hour.
In America, somebody who works 40 hours a week should not be living in poverty.
We are behind every country pretty nearly in Europe in this matter of medical care for our citizens.
We remain the only major country on earth that does not guarantee all of our people health care as a right.
I think something really big is actually happening around Bernie Sanders. It's hard to understand the full scope of it, but I think we may be underestimating. I mean, it's very hard to get 20,000 people to do anything.
Bernie Sanders continue to draw in massive crowds. This is at the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena. Look at all those people.
The gymnasium was so packed, an overflow crowd watched Sanders from the lacrosse stadium where the speech was played on the scoreboard.
Senator Bernie Sanders, he's been amazing out there. 20,000 people show up in Boston. He's attracting huge crowds.
You look at that crowd in Birmingham, and you go, wait a second. Oh, so that's where he's weak?
This is incredible.
Well, I would hate to see where Bernie Sanders is strong if I were in the Clinton campaign.
This was greeted like a rock star. The crowd is really, really swelled.
These people are very excited. It's kind of like Woodstock.
Clinton dropping below 50%. Clinton's lead now down to single digits.
Hillary Clinton has lost a third of her supporters.
Sanders has nearly doubled his support.
He has an electable agenda.
Bernie Sanders beating Clinton in New Hampshire.
Sanders gaining 15 points. Once thought to be the longest of long shots with a commanding lead.
Bernie Sanders could get elected president.
Hillary Clinton is feeling the burn. Checkmated by Democratic Socialist Senator Bernie Sanders on fundraising.
It was a record-breaking weekend for Bernie Sanders.
Who's going to win the Iowa caucus?
Bernie.
Who do you think the Democratic nominee will be?
Sanders.
What Bernie Sanders is running against is literally the power structure.
Immediately, right now, we have got to defeat Donald Trump. And we have got to elect Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine. Brothers and sisters, I move that the convention suspend the procedural rules. I move that all votes cast by delegates be reflected in the official record. And I move that Hillary Clinton be selected as the nominee of the Democratic Party for President of the United States. know, we go around once. We may as well make history as we go around. We may as well do something that people will remember decades from today.
United we stand, divided we fall, and Senator Sanders is working to unify this nation so that everybody, no matter who their parents are or are not, can enjoy the American dream, the fruits of their labor. People who work 40 hours a week should not still live in poverty.
We need a political revolution where millions of people become deeply engaged in the political process and the fight for the future of our nation. Enough is enough. When we stand together, there is nothing we cannot accomplish.